Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night with your leg twisted in pain, like it has a mind of its own? You're not alone. I've had patients in their 70s who woke up yelling, thinking it was just part of getting older. But what if I told you, it's not age, it's what your body isn't getting? Leg cramps in seniors affect over 60% of adults over 60, especially at night. The pain, the lost sleep, the fear of walking alone. It's not just discomfort. It's your body waving a flag saying, I'm missing something. Today, we're going to uncover 7 nutrients that could change everything, quietly powering your muscles, nerves, and balance. No hype, no gimmicks, just real biology, real fixes. If you've ever screamed from a cramp or feared falling at night, this is your video. Stick with me because the first nutrient we're about to talk about might just explain why your muscles are holding on when they should be letting go. 1. Magnesium, the muscle relaxer. I used to wake up screaming. My calves turned into stone at 2 a.m. I thought something was seriously wrong. That's what Helen, 74, told me during a clinic visit. She wasn't alone. Leg cramps like that, sudden, sharp, and terrifying, are one of the most common complaints among older adults. But few know what could be behind them. Magnesium deficiency. Magnesium plays a critical role in helping your muscles relax after they contract. Without enough of it, your muscles might stay locked, like brakes that won't release. As we age, our ability to absorb magnesium drops, and medications like diuretics or acid blockers can flush it out even faster. A 2020 Cochrane review concluded that magnesium supplementation didn't help everyone, but many older adults still report real relief, especially when paired with dietary changes. One study from the Geriatrics Journal found noticeable improvement in leg cramps after just 4 to 6 weeks of magnesium citrate, especially when blood magnesium was on the lower end. Think of magnesium as your muscles exhale. Without it, they can't let go. Helen's doctor suggested she try 300 milliliters of magnesium glycinate daily, along with more spinach and almonds. Within 2 weeks, her midnight cramps faded. Her words, "I finally slept through the night without fear." If you're waking up from cramps or your muscles feel tight all day, don't ignore it. Foods like black beans, avocado, and pumpkin seeds are magnesium-rich, but for many seniors, especially those on medications, a supplement may be more effective. Always talk to your doctor first, especially if you have kidney disease. You haven't lost control of your muscles. They're just missing their off switch. And if magnesium is the relaxer, wait until you meet the activator. The next vitamin could flip the switch that powers every movement you make. 2. Vitamin D, the muscle activator. My legs felt like jelly. I stopped walking outside. I thought I was just getting old. That's what Joe, 68, shared with me. Turns out, his problem wasn't age. It was a severe vitamin D deficiency. Most of us think of vitamin D as the bone vitamin, but in truth, it's also the on switch for your muscles. It helps your body absorb calcium, yes, but it also directly impacts how your muscles contract and maintain balance. When vitamin D is low, your legs may feel weak, shaky, or unreliable. You might not trust your steps. You might stop walking altogether, not from pain, but from fear of falling. In a meta-analysis published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology, seniors who took 800 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D daily showed significant improvements in leg strength and balance, even reducing fall risk. And here's the thing. Vitamin D deficiency is extremely common in older adults, especially those who don't get 15 to 30 minutes of direct sunlight each day. Joe's doctor prescribed a daily D3 supplement and encouraged him to walk in morning light. Within a month, Joe wasn't just walking, he was confident again. Your muscles aren't lazy, they're waiting for power, and vitamin D delivers it. What's more, vitamin D boosts your calcium absorption. That means if you're already adding dairy or leafy greens for your bones, pairing them with vitamin D supercharges the benefit. Where can you get more? Try fortified milk, egg yolks, salmon, or consider a D3 supplement, but check with your doctor first, especially if you take medications or have kidney issues. The sunshine vitamin doesn't just brighten your mood, it may brighten your stride. Now that your muscles know how to activate, let's make sure your nerves can deliver the message clearly and safely. 3. Vitamin B12, the nerve protector. My legs felt numb, like they didn't belong to me. I thought it was just old age. That's what Marlene, 75, said before she found out she had a vitamin B12 deficiency. It wasn't her muscles failing. It was her nerves struggling to speak. Vitamin B12 is essential for the health of your motor nerves, the ones that tell your muscles how and when to move. Without enough of it, those signals get scrambled, delayed, or blocked. You might feel weakness, tingling, numbness, or even lose your balance. A major study published in the journal Neurology found that older adults with low B12 had a much higher risk of nerve damage, especially in the legs and feet. It wasn't just discomfort, it was real, measurable loss of function. Here's the problem. As we age, our stomachs produce less acid, making it harder to absorb B12 from food. That's why, even with a decent diet, seniors can still become deficient. Marlene's story? Her doctor ran a simple blood test and started her on B12 injections, later switching to an oral spray. Within weeks, she told me, the jelly leg feeling started to fade. If your legs feel weak, heavy, or clumsy, it may not be your muscles. It may be your nerves calling for help. You can find B12 in foods like meat, eggs, fish, and dairy, but many older adults benefit more from a supplement, especially if they're vegetarian or take medications like metformin or antacids. Look for methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin in chewable or sublingual forms for better absorption. And again, check with your doctor, especially if you've had balance issues or pins and needles sensations. You don't have to accept unsteady legs as your new normal. Sometimes the solution is microscopic, but mighty. Coming up next, if your nerves are the messengers, what keeps those messages flowing smoothly into strong, steady movement? Shall 4. Potassium, the electrical balancer. I eat bananas every day, so why am I still cramping up after gardening? That's what Harold, 70, asked me, his hands gripping his thigh where a cramp had just struck. The truth? Potassium isn't just about bananas. And as we age, we often lose more than we replace. Potassium helps regulate the electrical signals that allow your muscles to contract and relax. Without enough of it, those signals get crossed, leading to twitching, spasms, or full-blown cramps. Here's the catch. Older adults often take diuretics or blood pressure medications that flush potassium out of the body. And even mild dehydration, common in seniors, can silently deplete your levels. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 with low potassium had a significantly higher risk of muscle fatigue and nighttime cramps, even when their diets appeared healthy on paper. Harold's potassium levels were on the low side. His doctor advised adding sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, and coconut water to his meals. The result? No more leg cramps while digging. I feel like I've got my rhythm back. he said with a grin. Potassium is your muscle's tuning fork. When it's off, everything feels out of sync. But don't overdo it. Potassium supplements can be risky, especially for seniors with kidney issues or on certain medications. Always go food first and consult your doctor before adding any supplement. A few potassium-rich swaps. Swap regular potatoes for sweet potatoes. Add a handful of spinach to your eggs. Blend half a banana with Greek yogurt and a pinch of cinnamon. It's not just about what you eat. It's about what your body holds on to. So now, your muscles can relax, your nerves can speak, and your electricity flows. But what if your bones, the very frame holding you up, aren't keeping up? 5. Calcium, the bone and muscle connector. I didn't fall. My legs just gave out. I couldn't climb the stairs anymore. That's what Marie, 67, said when she realized something deeper was going on. Most of us think of calcium as the bone mineral. But what many seniors don't realize is your muscles need calcium too. Here's why. Calcium is the messenger between your brain and your muscles. It helps trigger contractions and tells muscles when to move and when to stop. Without enough of it, your muscles might behave unpredictably, weak, stiff, or suddenly unstable. In fact, a report from the National Institutes of Health found that nearly 50% of adults over 50 don't get enough calcium, raising not only their fracture risk, but also their chance of declining muscle function. Marie was one of them. After struggling with stairs and daily chores, her doctor discovered she was severely low on calcium. With a few dietary changes, low-fat yogurt, kale, and almonds, plus a small supplement, her strength returned. It wasn't that I was weak, she said. It was that my body couldn't respond. Muscle strength isn't just about protein. It's about signals, and calcium delivers them. But here's the twist. Your body can't absorb calcium well without enough vitamin D. That's why these nutrients often go hand in hand. Think of vitamin D as the door and calcium as the delivery. If you're skipping dairy, avoiding greens, or taking medications that interfere with absorption, like corticosteroids or proton pump inhibitors, your calcium intake may be falling short. Some good food sources: low-fat cheese or Greek yogurt, leafy greens like kale and bok choy, calcium-fortified plant-based milk supplements. They're helpful for many, but not one size fits all. Too much calcium can cause issues too, especially if you have kidney problems or take heart medications. Talk to your doctor and aim for balance, not overload. You're not too old to be strong. You just need your foundation to show up. And now that your muscles can move and your bones can support, what if the signals from brain to muscle are still a little scrambled? 6. Vitamin B6, the signal fixer. Every time I sat too long, my legs tingled, like pins, or static. I thought it was just poor circulation. But for Patty, 74, it wasn't her blood flow. It was her vitamin B6 levels, quietly dropping over years. Vitamin B6 plays a vital role in making neurotransmitters, the chemicals that carry messages between your brain and muscles. When B6 is low, those signals become fuzzy, delayed, or distorted. The result? Light cramps, muscle twitches, even irritability or restless legs. As we age, certain medications, like those for high blood pressure, diabetes, or arthritis, can reduce our ability to absorb B6. And that's when subtle symptoms start showing up. Symptoms many seniors chalk up to aging. A study in the Archives of Internal Medicine found that older adults with low B6 levels were more likely to experience muscle discomfort, tingling, and mild coordination issues. These weren't serious diseases, just everyday frustrations that slowly chip away at confidence. Patty's doctor reviewed her meds and suggested a B6 supplement and small diet changes. She started eating more chicken, bananas, and fortified cereal. It felt like my legs were slowly waking up again, she told me. When your signals are strong, your muscles don't just move, they listen. Vitamin B6 is especially helpful if you feel tingling in your hands or feet. Your legs twitch when you rest. You have mood swings or trouble sleeping. But too much B6 over time can cause nerve issues too. That's why staying within safe limits, around 1.52 milligram a day for seniors, is key, unless your doctor suggests a therapeutic dose. A few food-friendly sources: turkey breast, salmon, potatoes, fortified oatmeal. You're not imagining those little zaps and stutters. Your nerves might just need clearer wiring. So now, your muscles respond, your nerves are alert. But do they have the energy to keep going through the day? Chapter 7. CoQ10, the muscle energizer. Even after a full night's sleep, I felt drained. Just walking to the mailbox wore me out. That's how Mr. Clean, a 71-year-old retired firefighter, described his mornings. He wasn't sick, he wasn't lazy, but his energy was gone, and the culprit was something many seniors have never heard of: coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10. CoQ10 is a natural compound your body makes to generate energy at the cellular level, especially in your heart and muscles. Think of it like a spark plug. Without it, your cells can't turn fuel into usable power. Over time, especially after age 60, your CoQ10 levels drop. And if you're on statins for cholesterol, those medications can significantly lower CoQ10 production, leaving you feeling sluggish, sore, or weak, even if you eat right and stay active. A study published in the journal Biofactors found that older adults supplementing with CoQ10 experienced improved muscle energy, reduced fatigue, and better recovery, particularly among statin users. Mr. Clean's doctor recommended 100 milligrams of CoQ10 daily. Within weeks, he told me, it was like someone flipped the switch back on. If your legs feel heavy, if your walks feel harder, if your strength fades too fast, this might be what's missing. Good sources of CoQ10 include fatty fish like salmon and mackerel organ meats, if you're brave, some whole grains and nuts, but food alone usually isn't enough to raise levels, especially if you're over 65 or on certain medications. That's why many seniors choose a CoQ10 supplement, typically in the ubiquinol form, more bioavailable. Again, always talk to your doctor first. You're not just tired, your cells might be starving for fuel. And now that we've rebuilt your energy, reset your nerves, and stabilized your muscles, are you ready to see how it all comes together? We've walked through muscles, nerves, bones, and energy, each playing a quiet, powerful role in how you move, rest, and feel every day. Maybe you recognized your own story in one of those moments: a sharp cramp at night, shaky legs in the morning, or a body that just doesn't feel steady anymore. And now, maybe you're starting to realize this isn't just age catching up. This is your body calling out for help. The best part? The answer isn't complicated. Just 7 nutrients, 7 small changes, and you could feel like yourself again. Your strength was never lost. It was just waiting to be restored. If anything in today's video resonated with you, leave a 1 in the comments. You're not alone. And if you'd like more science-backed support for aging well, Be sure to subscribe to Golden Health 365, your trusted guide for strength, healing, and hope at every stage of life. Let's keep moving forward together.